Hey guys, so I am so excited to have this video out for you today. I have been planning this for a while and I know this is really going to make a huge impact on your family in saving money, especially if you're not meal planning already. So I have a small video. It was a short video I did a long time ago when I first started making videos about how to meal plan, but mostly it was just tips when you're meal planning. This is going to take you from the beginning to the end how I meal plan. So get a cup of coffee or some tea or something and watch me meal plan and meal plan with me. Let's do this together. So I'm going to take you through all the steps and we're going to make a meal plan for next week. So the first thing you need to do when you are making a meal plan is to set your budget. You need to know how much money you have to spend for that week so you know how many different kinds of meals you can make and how many ingredients you can purchase with that budget. So for right now, our budget is $200 for this month. Our goal for this week is $55, so we're going to try and stay in that. But if you've never worked out a budget, all you need to do is count up all the money you spent last month on food. So let's say every time you went to Starbucks, every time you hit a drive-thru, every time you picked up a few ingredients that you were missing at the grocery store, add it all up, and then you're going to lower it. So for the first month, maybe lower it by $100. If you're already mindful, maybe lower it by $50. But each month you lower that budget till you get to the point where it's kind of hard to meet that budget. That's where you want to keep your budget. You want it low enough to where if you go over, it's okay. It doesn't impact your family in a huge way. But you want it low enough to where you struggle to get there. Or you struggle to stay under it. Not a hard struggle to where you're like really losing food because you're not eating because you don't want to go over your budget. Not that struggle, but where you actually have to plan to meet the budget. So $300 a month is usually the budget for my family of 4. I can usually meet it pretty easily as long as I plan for it. And then sometimes when I go over, it's not a huge deal. So that's the kind of budget you want, something to where you can meet it without trying too hard, and you're not eating like steak and lobster every day and going out to dinner all the time. My family has a budget for eating out, and we have a budget for groceries. We try to have our groceries our #1 budget because we want to eat at home as much as possible. That saves money. We only eat out maybe to a restaurant once a month and maybe like a fast food place once or twice a month. So our budget for that is very low. But this month it's nothing. We're not eating out at all, and our grocery budget is only $200. So that is what you need first, is to have a budget, know how much money you plan on spending. The next thing you're going to want to do is shop your pantry. So you're going to look at what you have in the freezer and the fridge and the pantry already so that you know what ingredients you have on hand, so you're not purchasing things that you already have, because that is a waste of money. And so you can create meals around things that you already have. So let's take a look inside my fridge and my freezer and my pantry to see what I have already so that I can start thinking of what I need to get me through the next week. So let's check that out right now. All right, so here's my fridge. This is what I'm already working with for this week. So on top I have half a loaf of sourdough bread, white bread, and wheat bread. So I think we're good on bread. We also have a lot of tortillas and 1 dozen eggs left. In here I have some shredded cheese left and a couple pieces of string cheese and some American cheese. So we're working with that. Down here, that butter is almost gone. Those are some frozen French fries that we have to finish. Hummus, leftover chicken, and biscuits that we'll have for lunch today. And then I have some orange juice, applesauce, chicken broth, the whole gallon of milk we haven't touched yet, some apple juice. And then we have 4 heads of lettuce left because my daughter's stomach wasn't feeling good, so she has not had salad all week, and she normally eats it every day. So we have tons of lettuce. And we have this bag of carrots, an onion, celery. We have some fruit left. And then those are hard-boiled eggs. And then we have a couple yogurts and condiments and drinks. So that is what's in our fridge. Then for our freezer, these are just some sunflower seeds, frozen grapes, some corn tortillas, that ravioli for emergency meals. We have that back there. This is French toast that I cooked. Banana bread from my mom. I got these spring rolls at the Dollar Tree. We have a little bit of ice cream and a little bit of French fries left. And then in here are frozen veggies, and in here is frozen fruit. I just have 2 bags of mango and a bunch of frozen bananas, and then about half a pack of chicken nuggets. So that is all the food in the freezer that we're working with. Let's go over to our pantry. You can see we have a bunch of cereal from couponing, so cereal is never a problem. We like it for breakfast, but I also like to give it dry to the kids as a snack. And here is just, and here's some oils and vinegars, soy sauce. In the back is baking powder, muffin mix, cookie mix, and then candy that we hide from the kids. For this shelf, I just have a bunch of pasta, so different kinds of pasta, different shaped pasta, and rice, and then some boxes of popcorn. Down here, I have a bunch of, sorry it's all scratched up, I have tuna, veggies, tomatoes, 2 rows of beans, and 2 rows of soup. And then here is just some extra couponing stuff, dressings and sauces. So that is all of that. Here I have some pretzels still. We have these Rice Krispie treats that I bought like in May from the Costco. We still have a bunch of Halloween candy. We have chips left over from Scarlett's birthday party. Down here is just sugar, flour, cocoa powder, peanut butter, all that stuff. This is little snacks for the kids, granola bars and such. And then we have a bunch of crackers, waffle mix, and syrup. Okay, so now we've checked everything that's in my fridge, freezer, and pantry, and the next thing you want to do is plan out your week. So do you have anything coming up in the next week that is going to be impacting your groceries or how you're eating? For sure, for this meal plan that we're making right now, what's going to impact it is we have Thanksgiving coming up. So this could help you because that might be one more meal you don't have to cook, so you get a night off, and that can help your budget. Or if you're bringing a dish to a Thanksgiving dinner, what I like to do is I sign up for things that don't cost too much. So things like mashed potatoes, deviled eggs, things with fewer ingredients are going to cost less and really save your family money, but still you can make something delicious to bring to a Thanksgiving dinner. So that's just a tip I have for you there. If you're making a Thanksgiving dinner, I would have a separate budget for that so it doesn't cut into your regular meals, because that is an expense that's definitely gonna impact your grocery budget. So I would have a separate thing for holidays if you get organized ahead of time. But so we're not going to need one dinner because of Thanksgiving. So I'm going to need about 4 dinners for this week, because 2 dinners will work for 4 nights because we'll have enough for leftovers. So 2 dinners will be good for 4 nights. And then we'll have the other 2 dinners that are good for 1 night. So that's 6 meals. Those meals will be really simple, that won't have a lot of leftovers. And then we'll have Thanksgiving. So I need 4 good meals to get us through the week for dinner. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my grocery ads, because I like to shop what's on sale and build my meal plan around that. So how many stores you go to really depends on what's important to you. Is your time important to you? How far away are stores? So what I like to do is I like to shop at Aldi, because I feel like at Aldi I get the most value for my money. Walmart prices can be comparable, but it can be very overwhelming and time consuming to go to Walmart because it is so crowded. Let's say you need to purchase like apples and they have like 7 different kinds of apples, or like you need salsa and there's like 15 different kinds of salsa and you're trying to figure out which one is the best deal. It can be overwhelming and time consuming. So what I like about Aldi is you go, there's 2 kinds of salsa. I mean, it's super simple, it's super streamlined, in and out, it's quiet. I just have it's my happy place. Aldi is my happy place. So I have the Aldi ad here, but I also like getting some meat and produce from Sprouts. Sprouts Farmers Market is a store near me. Not everyone has it, and I know not everyone has Aldi either, but they have some great produce prices, and it's like a minute from my house. So that's what I do if I need any last minute things or I need to run to the store, I go to Sprouts. But looking at this Aldi ad, let's look at it together. All right, so right away I see potatoes. Potatoes are $1.49 for a 10-pound bag. That is a huge savings, so I'm gonna try to incorporate potatoes into a lot of my meals so I can use up that 10-pound bag of potatoes, and it makes a majority of my meals really cheap, because that is a great price. So potatoes, I will definitely be picking up. Asparagus, 99 cents a pound. Asparagus is my favorite vegetable, so I like to get it when it's less than $1 a pound, or if it's like $1.25 a pound, I'll still get it as well. So that is my price for asparagus. Granny Smith apples, they don't always have these at Aldi, so I'm probably going to pick some up. It's $2.29 for a 3-pound bag, so less than $1 a pound, and that is my price for apples and oranges. Less than $1 a pound is what I want to pay. And pineapple, oh my goodness, Scarlett tried pineapple for the first time last week, and she loved it, loved it. So she was begging for pineapple last week. They didn't have any, so this week we're definitely going to pick up a couple pineapples. So looking over here, the only thing that looks interesting is the whole chicken's 99 cents a pound, so that might be good because I can maybe use that for a couple of dinners. Aldi also has other non-food items that are pretty good. So let me just scroll through this ad real quick, see if anything else pops out. It looks like they have a lot of baking items here. These chocolate chips look like a pretty good price, $1.79, not too bad. And then they have things like this that could be good gifts for people. But I think that's it. That's all that really stands out. Yeah, so then I'm going to double check it with my Sprouts ad and make sure Sprouts doesn't have anything cheaper. So like their pineapple is $1.98, so it's $1 more, so I'm not getting that. They still have Honeycrisp apples on sale. I might get a couple because that's my favorite. And we have oranges already, but for $1.98 for these little cuties that go in the kids' lunch, I might get these. So I'll put that on my maybe list. So now that I see what the stores have on sale, I'm going to look at my meal plan for last week. So I put a check mark by everything we eat. Everything we don't eat, I circle it so that I can carry it over to the next meal plan. So I have the next meal plan right over here. I'm not going to write on it yet because I like putting my final draft on here. So I'm just going to use the back of this page to kind of write things out. So let's say breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I am left-handed, so bear with me for that. So breakfast, obviously we have cereal, we have French toast, we have eggs, and we have yogurt. So those are some options we have. For lunch, you saw we have canned soup. I just put options and I'll fill it in on different days. It doesn't have to be a specific day that I have that item, but I just like to know what options we have. So canned soup is one, grilled cheese is one. We have that American cheese in there. Let's see, we also have tuna, so tuna can be an option. And I want to have hot dogs on an option for the kids and sandwiches. So I'll add those there. These we're going to need ingredients for. And then for dinner, so we saw potatoes were on there. So one thing that was major on there for a protein was a whole chicken. So one night we can do a whole chicken. Then the next night I want to do something with the leftover meat from that chicken. So maybe, let's see, this is when I do something like hit up Pinterest. So let's stop and look at Pinterest and see what meal ideas I can get from there. Alright, so I just looked up Pinterest and looked up some meals that use chicken, that use a whole chicken, to get some ideas for some recipes for this week. Also items that used potatoes, because potatoes are going to be a huge staple this week. So I think what I want to do is for one day have the whole chicken roasted in the oven with potatoes and carrots. Super simple, throw it all in the oven. And then the next night I would want to have something that uses the leftover chicken. So out of everything I have here, let's see, chicken and rice soup. That's perfect because you can pick all the extra chicken off and use that for the soup. You can even use the bones of the chicken to make a good broth. So let's do chicken and rice soup for the next day. I love having revamping the leftovers to make something new. So you're not exactly eating the same thing every day. But it's still tasty. And then a break from chicken, I like having the meatless meal, so we'll stick waffles with cinnamon apples right there, because that was on our meal plan last week and we never got to it. So right now I have 3 meals already. So now all I need is another meal that's going to fill up 2 days. So something that I can make a lot of and have leftovers. So thinking about the potatoes, I think what I want to do is, let's see, I can do it. I know I already did a soup, so I don't want to do more than one soup. I try to change it up. Cheesy chicken, broccoli, and rice skillet. That sounds good. Teriyaki chicken, but I wouldn't use up some potatoes, so I don't want to do that. It's going to be a busy week with Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to do this. I'm already having roasted potatoes, so I kind of want to change it up a little. Let's do this sweet garlic baked chicken. I found it on Pinterest. I'll link it in the description box. And maybe I'll do scalloped potatoes with it. So it's a simple chicken with a more intricate side dish. So we'll do scalloped potatoes and broccoli with that. All right, so now that my meals are all done, I'm gonna transfer them onto my meal planning sheet. This was printed. I just Googled free meal planning sheet, and it was something I was able to just print out. So I'm gonna transfer these meals onto the day that I think I can cook it. What I do is the chicken, the whole chicken's gonna take a while, so I wanna pick a day where I know I can have time to put it in the oven so that it's in there the amount of time I need it to cook. The chicken and rice soup, I can start it and have it just going in the crock pot all day. So maybe a day I'm pretty busy, I will plan that meal. And then waffles, and then the sweet garlic baked chicken. Oh, and whenever you're planning something that goes in the oven, if there's a day that's really cold, I like to put it on that day because then the oven can warm up your house. So just moving around the meal so that it fits your schedule is something you're going to want to do next. So I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so I filled in all of my meals. Our week starts with Friday. Today, we're just gonna have waffles with cinnamon apples to keep it simple. Tomorrow, we'll have the baked chicken with scalloped potatoes and broccoli because I'm off. I have plenty of time to prepare that meal. And then we will have leftovers on Sunday. On Monday, I'm gonna make the whole chicken. And then on Tuesday, we will have chicken and rice soup with the leftover chicken. And then on Wednesday, any leftovers left in the fridge is what we will have for dinner on Wednesday. I like having leftovers for 2 nights so that all the food gets eaten, and then Thursday will be Thanksgiving. So that is our whole week. Our breakfast options are interchangeable. I can switch them around every day, but that's what we have on hand. Same thing for lunch. We don't have to have it at that time, but if we want to switch days, that's fine, but those are our options. And the same for the snacks. They can be switched around. We don't have to have popcorn on Sunday if we don't want it, but that is an option for us. And then I also have our budget on the top. The first week of November, I spent $12. Last week, I spent $60, and then I ended up spending $5 at the 99-cent store on food. So now I'm going to need to make a grocery list for this week. So I'm not going to make my list right now, but I'll just have my meal plan right here, and I'll start making my grocery list. I have my regular list, and I'll have my maybe list. So you'll probably see my grocery haul up first before this video goes up. So if you want to go back to that grocery haul, you can see if I stuck to my budget of $55, and you can see if I stuck to my list. I always have a column of what I need, and I have a column of maybe, and I bust out that calculator in the grocery store to make sure I'm not surprised when I go to checkout. And I can add in the extras that I don't need as it's available. If I have leftover money at the end of my grocery list, I will start picking things from the maybe pile. So definitely, if you're meal planning, it's going to save your family a lot of money. I highly recommend it. If you have any meal planning tips that I haven't mentioned, leave them in the comments below. And if any of these tips that I've shared help you, definitely let me know as well, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys save some money so that you can do more fun things with your family and really put that money towards other things that are going to make your life better. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with another money saving video. Bye.